remember when you asked us out of the cab?
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, you said the first time you ever started all this, at least not the first time, but when you had your own show for the first time, and I was on the very first occasion, and you were terribly nervous, you know, like you are now. Whenever I enter, you're nervous, you know. I mean, do
you ever see a
drink
hand that calm?
What, do you ever see a hand that calm?
Well, it's petrified.
All right. And you said about a picture I'd been in, all those years ago, called From Russia with Love. You said, did you play that as a fag? You said that to me on television.
I didn't. You lie in your
I didn't,
teeth.
Anyway.
You did not?
No, I didn't know how to at
What
that
I find
time.
odd is that you...
Learned subsequently.
What I find is that you can't seem to forget it.
No, I know. It haunts me.
I didn't say that. I would not be so crude as to use the word
you hinted,
fag as you just did.
like,
I would have said...
Like Dudley Moore and Peter Cook there, they hint at things, you know.
Well, don't you think that a little hinting is a good thing
Well,
in these days of explicit crudity?
I think I should refute them because they're millionaires. You know that, don't you? Now.
What, these two?
Yes. They are making a fortune. Yeah?
Millionaires.
And their whole, well, not their whole thing, because they're much too brilliant to say their whole thing, but if we're going into absurd generalizations. Anyway, they're making it on this myth of English sexual inhibition and Puritanism. Now, you do know, I suppose, that the one place to have enough money to have to have an apartment in would be London, in the world.
Robert, what you're really saying is the only place you can get laid is London.
That's right. Right.
Gee.
But
we wouldn't be able to talk like this if we were in America.
But Dick, to be serious also.
Where are we?
This curious expression that Peter has now used, laid,
Yes.
is not an English expression, you know, at all.
No.
Because it suggests that the man is taking an inferior position.
What's superior, though? I mean, or what's inferior?
When it's an equal position.
Right.
We cannot say that word, I'm afraid, because laid you can say, but
As far as we know.
you can't use our word.
It's a very nasty
You're not
expression,
allowed
actually,
to.
isn't it?
What?
It's really a nasty expression.
That's what I meant.
But then he's really rather
He's
nasty.
like that, isn't he?
He is a bit
Yes.
nasty.
But there,
Well, we have certain things in common, Robert, but I mean, I wouldn't say everything.
To whom are you referring?
Yourself. I can be quite nasty, but I wouldn't say I was as competitive as you, for example.
Get back here, you two. I don't understand this.
Nor do I.
I feel like I've staged some sort of
I've never met him before, you
confrontation
know.
here.
I met Dudley at
What?
Buckingham Palace when he plays for the Queen. Did you know that? He's
No.
That's what I say I do about
well, he's
Palace
one of her
anyway.
private entertainers, do you know?
Is this generally known that the Queen has
I don't think
has
it is.
curious people
No,
sneaking into the palace
He
like that?
played the piano when on the visit of Kosygin, wasn't it? I last saw you.
One of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No,
So
it's true. That's where I last saw him at St. James's Palace.
And you've met Dudley, but you've avoided Peter for some reason.
I have never met Peter, but I realize that he's met somebody that I've met.
You get the feeling someone has bad-mouthed you, as we say in America, to
I wouldn't
Peter?
say so. It sounds like a straight case of sexual jealousy to me.
Hey, we're going to have a bad show tonight. You two keep up like this. We're performing in a half.
Yeah, this proves that the English are, without a doubt, the most sexually hung-up people on the face of this planet. I mean, there's no... They're
The most sexually hung, isn't it?
hung up...
Would you
I've
like
never had a glass of water on this show, and I'm about to have one. No, but
I
seriously,
think you should
folks.
take a shower.
I may get one.
No, I think what it has
No, you don't.
proved is that under the most difficult circumstances, we can still function with charm. Hey?
Well, I wish you'd start. Now, listen, why don't we... No reflexes.
No, they're not working.
How about that?
God, Peter destroyed them.
You know, you're always knocking your body apart in some way or another. I don't know what it is about you and your body, but last time I saw you had a great swollen arm, and The last thing I knew, you've busted a leg. Is that? Are you going to bring that back to the subject of the
No,
evening
those
in any way?
days are over. I've entered middle age, and you can't compete. To use Peter's word, you can't compete with yourself like you used to. It's got to be, you know, no more than half a bottle a day, and early nights and everything, because, you know, it's all right when you're about your age and Dudley's age and Peter's age, but when you get to my age, boy, you got to take it easy, honestly.
Dear.
Would you like a quilt or comforter, perhaps, to put over your knees?
No, I'd like a large scotch, but
Well, you were having one in the green room.
no.
No?
It was a miserable sort of, which is not what we call good. Oh, God, that's...
No, I find it delicious.
Do you?
Even when they... Even when they didn't send me a case at Christmas. What am I saying?
Well, it's very light material, isn't it?
Speaking of a case, what is Peter jealous about? I didn't... That sort of got past me.
Well,
and
since I
don't
never
quite-
met him before, but he insists I have. Obviously, he detected something. But I actually think
The
I
only
do...
thing I detected was that you were drunk. That's the only thing I saw the time we met. And it was very brief. It was about half a second. We said hello, and that was it. I was drunk as well.
And you're going to
It
accept
was
the...
at Pinewood Studios, and I'll lay any money.
Oh,
that we met.
do you mean I'm drunk now, or I was drunk
No,
at...
no, you're not drunk
Oh,
now. I'm
good.
not
Oh,
suggesting
God.
you're
I'm on good Cavett. I thought you meant now. Oh, at Pine...
No,
well,
you're not.
anybody who was working
You're a-
at Pinewood Studios would have to be, wouldn't they?
I think so.
So that people in America, you don't know where Pinewood Studios is, but I'm afraid it's one of those film studios, and you sit around for 3 or 4 hours before every, you know, and there's... That, actors in England do drink, of course. Actually, I think it's better, don't you? Because in America, you know, like Universal and all those places where you work, they have no bar, and it's supposed to be dry. Well, what happens is everybody has trailers. And it takes them, you know, 20 minutes to walk there because it's 2 miles. So therefore, they think to themselves, are we cut off? No.
No, go ahead.
What's that? Okay.
Well, we will be.
Anyway, what they do is they down half a bottle of vodka in 10 seconds because they know it's going to last them for 3 hours. Whereas in Pinewood, the bar is open all day long. That's roughly true. Wouldn't you agree, Peter?
Yeah, it's open most of the time. But now I'd say you're as sober as a judge.
Thank you.
And you know what judges are like.
Well, I know what Judge Sarika is like, and that ain't too bad.
What? I'd be curious to know why, if the two of you were drunk, why he remembers you and you don't remember him.
Well, because I'm older.
When Peter's drunk, you just try to forget.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing...
When I'm drunk, Dudley gets a hangover.
Yes, they're very close, folks. And you and Paul Newman, Robert Redford have all put together a moving picture, so I hear.
Called The Sting, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
the dog just attacked part of the audience there. We'll be all right in a moment.
well, there's not... I don't know what you can say. It's very boring to have to say much about your own work.
It is,
I
isn't
really
it? I'm sorry
think
I brought
don't
it
know
up.
why the hell we should discuss that.
That's
I mean,
fine.
I've worked with much worse people, put it like that. And by the way, Redford doesn't drink, and Newman has a few beers, and that's about it. But I saw it, curiously enough, about 2 nights ago. And I've been in worse pictures, and I've been in better pictures, and I hope to God, in the terrible state of the film industry, it will make a fortune. That's what I hope. I mean to say, I'm delivering a religious prayer.
That's
all.
frank and honest and refreshing.
That's all I...
Not the greatest movie in the world, but worth seeing.
Oh, I've been in a lot worse. Good director, a lot of style. George
I hear
Roy
this
Hill.
is very good, and you know I'm not just saying that because we're on
Oh,
television.
I don't know. It's very boring. Let's move to something. Let's get
Yeah,
back
let's
to
get off
Peter,
that.
because, I mean, why did he say...
Why has he got the
that?
needle as well?
Why has Peter got the needle?
Why is he
Yeah.
so prickly?
Dudley, you know him better than me.
Yeah,
Why has he?
okay.
Why did he say that?
Pardon?
Why did he say that, do you think?
He likes arguing, you see. He just likes to invent an argument.
That's
And
absolute rubbish. You don't know what you're talking about.
there you are, I see.
Yeah, I do like arguing,
You
but...
do. If there isn't one going, you'll start one. Were you?
Yes, often.
Were you a debater at Cambridge, or was it Oxford? Or
I used to debate a little at Cambridge. I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
I debate in bars. mainly.
Yes.
You get the grassroots Nixon people there, and at last you find his support. In the bars of New York, I found a great deal of grassroots support for President Nixon. It's true.
Is that the only place you've come across?
About the only place, yes. Elsewhere, I think the general theory is that parts of Nixon will be discovered to be missing. And I don't know if Pat can bear me out on this, but it'll probably be Ron Ziegler who comes forward and says, "There's where we thought he had a brain, we have a low hum." Well, I don't know. But
Now,
in a perverse way, just
a moment, Mr. Cook.
as a visiting
If indeed
English
that's your name.
You're going to get a lot of nasty letters.
Do I come over to your country and pick on your princess?
Well, I say impeach Princess Anne. She's taken so much money.
I don't
To be
know
fair,
what's going on.
To be fair,
I've lost the
to
thread.
Mr. Cook, who did accuse me of being drunk, which is, I think, the very first time I've ever been on television, certainly on this program, that I haven't actually been drunk. I am sober for the first time. I do think that probably these two are likely to pay more taxes to the American government in the next year than the president paid in the last 10. And if the Inland
We certainly
Revenue
got
isn't,
everybody with that one.
If the Inland Revenue isn't watching this, I hope they will run it. Maybe there'll be missing segments.
Is that what you call internal revenue in your strange land?
Right.
Inland revenue. I thought I'd translate
We
that.
call it inland, but it's internal, like right to the heart.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you ever seen Cook and Moore do
Yeah,
their
sure, of course I have. I saw them when they were boys. And actually,
What does
I
that
saw
make
your
you?
revival program with Michael Parkinson, when indeed you were drunk on television.
Yes.
And Dudley was trying to protect you. I
Always
never
do.
forget that. Yes,
Always
you
do.
protect
I'm not sure if he
Maybe I
tried to
shouldn't.
protect me. I fully admit I was the first program. I did a talk show in England, which was a complete disaster, because I found out basically I didn't like talking to people, at least in public, in front of a camera. And I was very bored when I got to talking to them. I couldn't think of a thing to ask. And I was bombed out of my head on the first program, and it was terrible.
You went in
Why
front
is
of
there
the
this-
nation, crocked, so to speak?
I was extremely nervous, which didn't help either. And I just realized about 1/4 of a second into the show that I hated doing the show. And that sort of came across to the audience in some way. And it was cancelled after 3. I have a contract in which I do 1/4 of a program every 8 years.
Did you try a couple sober just to see how it would go?
Yeah, it made no difference. They got slightly worse. I got slightly ruder and nastier. It's terrible.
Is this a streak that you hate in yourself, this whatever it is that comes out?
I don't know what it is that
I
comes out.
hate it. I can't stand it. It bores me stiff.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
it's not true, actually.
Oh, it is,
Dudley.
actually. I
You
can't-
love it because you're
I
so
don't.
funny. You're smiling away all the time. You love it.
Ingratiating little
Yes,
sycophantic
little,
twit,
little.
yeah. Hollow laugh, you know.
I have a fun idea.
Get out of it.
Let's make them be two characters that they do constantly. And you and I, as interviewers, will interview them on the subject of whatever
Sex.
we pick. Whether you
Sex.
say, well,
Ask Dudley a few questions.
whatever your obsession may be. They play two sort of lower class British characters called Dad and Pete.
Right.
So they won't be acting as themselves. It'll be someone else.
To be improvisation.
And we'll do that now, and you and I will.
Hard work, isn't it?
We should all go.
It's either intoxication or hard graft.
Let's take a chance. All right. Shall I begin?
Why not? Use
Okay.
your idea.
We're talking with two Britishers here who seem to have come over to America on the economy flight, and I thought I might ask them if they could explain some things about their country that I never have understood. What is a member of the peerage, for example? Can anyone?
Well,
Either of you.
basically, a member of the peerage is somebody who's worked for a long time by the water, and becomes elevated out of it and is allowed to stand above water. Most people in the country live half submerged.
I understand. Well, can you explain what a commoner is, then?
Well, we are commoners, basically.
Are you?
Commoners. Being
The wife.
the wife. Well, no, it's a diminution of Herbert. An Herbert, a common Herbert,
Herbert.
is a common person,
Yes.
in England. An Herbert. Look at that Herbert over there. Look at that common Herbert. Look at that commoner. It's been a natural progression, you know, throughout time.
Which is why we have a House of Herberts,
Yeah,
to preserve the democracy.
of course, which brings us
Because
logically
stupid people should be represented by their equals.
at the other end of the scale would be royalty, of course. Could you explain royal succession, whatever that means, royal succession?
Tax dodging.
Well, let's put it this way. If royal succession, if 57 million people died, Peter would be queen.
Okay. I hope I